public administration should be chosen as an optional for UPSC. So before starting the session, so let me explain about myself. So I am Amarnath, a faculty for public administration for last 14 years, right? And coming to my journey in civils, right? So from 2005 to 2010 I wrote all the mains exams with public administration as optional for both prelims as well as mains. So when you are writing UPSC exam, you used to have optional even in prelims exam. So normally I used to score in my last 3 attempts I have scored more than 340 plus marks, and the best score of mine in UPSC is 372. So 372 is still, that is from 2008 till now, so no one has got this mark. Alright, so this is about myself in civils. Alright, coming to public administration as an optional. So why we should take public administration as an optional? Alright, so first of all, coming to the importance in terms of marks. So how public administration helps in gaining marks both in optional as well as in general studies. So for last 4 to 5 years, the nature of question paper, the nature of questions that are asked in UPSC is somewhat simplified, somewhat easier when compared to the question papers before 2017. So public administration before 2017 and public administration after 2017, there is much difference. The question papers, the questions that were asked before 2017, it was somewhat difficult. It was difficult, right, even for a senior candidate who is writing UPSC mains. Right, that is the length of question as well as the level of difficulty, the kind of framing of words, even the terminology used. So everything was difficult in public administration before 2017. So almost all from 2010 to 2017, there is a kind of difficulty, complexity in the UPSC public administration question papers. That is the reason why most of the candidates failed to even score 200 marks in public administration. So before 2000, that is in 2014, 13, 12, almost from 12 to 17. So even getting 200 marks was difficult in public administration. Right? But after 2017, when compared to the other papers, the level of difficulty in public administration has come down, and the same thing is even continued today. Alright? So now this is a change trend in public administration. So now if you can score, that is, if you can sincerely prepare for almost 6 months, 6 to 8 months of time, you can score, I am challenging, you can score around 270 to 300 marks in public administration. Alright, so why people are not getting marks in public administration? Why the candidates why they are not getting marks in public administration? So there is what you call an art of presenting answers in public administration. Unless you master this art in presenting the answers, right, no matter how many mains you write, you won't get 250 plus marks. So I have seen one of my students got 288 marks in last 22 mains exam, right, and she has got rank in UPSC. Right, so that means if you are good in presentation, you can definitely score 270 plus marks in public administration. So most of the people, though they are good in information, though they are good in information, or they are good in gathering information, but in UPSC to get marks, it ultimately depends upon how you are presenting your information in the exam. So public administration is all about presenting your answer. It is all about presenting the answer in the exam. Alright, so if you are good in this art, definitely you can score 270 plus marks in public administration. Alright, so that means out of 500, right, if you follow me, definitely you will get this mark. Second point is, alright, coming to the contribution in other GS papers. Alright, So in each and every paper, you have a contribution of public administration. That means the knowledge of public administration, will help you. The knowledge of public administration will help you in scoring at least 1050 marks in entire UPSC mains, including optional. That means just by the knowledge of public administration, you can score 1050 marks in entire mains exam. Alright, so that is what the contribution of public administration. Alright, so if you take GS paper 1, the contribution is around 30 to 40 marks. Coming to GS paper 2, that is in GS paper 1, alright, you can expect around 30 marks. In GS paper 2, it is almost all, you can expect 180 marks in public administration. Alright, that is with the knowledge of public administration, you can answer 180 marks. In GS paper 3, alright, you can almost all answer 100 marks in GS paper 3. Alright, in GS paper 4, right, that is in ethics paper, by the knowledge of public administration, you can answer around 120 marks in public in essay. In GS paper 4. Coming to essay paper, definitely there will be one essay, right, where you can answer with the knowledge of public administration. That is essays on judiciary, democracy, society. So all these welfare, essays on welfare, so you can answer them with the knowledge of public administration. That is, you can score around 90 marks in essay paper. Now, so if you take this 210, 310, 430, and here it is what you call 430 plus 90, it is 540. Right, I think Raghavendra, just sit down, okay, because already we have discussed these points earlier for you, right? So plus 270 marks, in public administration, so it is 540 plus 270. All right, then here it is 810 means, right, 810 means whether you can get interview call or not. Definitely scoring around 700 plus marks will fetch you the interview call. All right, so out of 1050, you can score around 810 marks. Just by public administration, just by knowledge of public administration, you can score around 800 plus marks in public administration, in the entire GS. Alright, so that is what the importance of public administration. So it will help you a lot. In tackling both GS as well as optional. So this is the first importance of public administration. This is the first important, no doubt. In GS you can score all these marks. So whatever marks I have written on the board, definitely if you are strong in using the knowledge of public administration, you can score this, what you call, 540 marks. But coming to scoring in public administration, coming to scoring in paper 1 as well as paper 2. So whether it is really possible to score 270 marks in public administration. So how and when we can get this 270 marks in public administration. So in this session I'll try to focus on this point. That is how to gather marks, how to gain marks in public administration. So how to present the answer in public administration. I'll take one simple example. I'll take one simple question. there was one concept. So there is one concept. I'll give the example. There is one concept called as contribution satisfaction equilibrium. Right? There is one concept called as contribution satisfaction equilibrium, which is given by one thinker called as C.I. Barnard. Right? So we have these thinkers. So I'm just giving the example of how to present the answers in UPSC mains exam. Right? So when we can get the marks, how to get the marks. Right? So let me frame a question here. The contribution satisfaction equilibrium theory of C.I. Barnard has much significance for improving the organizational efficiency. Alright, explain. Alright, the contribution satisfaction equilibrium. The contribution satisfaction equilibrium theory of C.I. Barnard. C.I. Barnard has much significance. In improving organizational efficiency. Alright, explain. A simple question. Alright, so you don't know about what is this, who is this Barnard, you don't know about what is this contribution satisfaction equilibrium. Alright. Right, now after listening to me, you will come to know all these things. How simple is this public administration is. Contribution and satisfaction. So it is a concept given by Barnard, and the question says that the organizational efficiency depends upon this contribution satisfaction equilibrium. So it can be any word. So here I have used the word of organizational efficiency. Right, it can be administrative efficiency. It can be efficiency of government, the working of government. The efficiency in the working of government depends upon contribution satisfaction. So any word can be used. It can be any word. Alright. Now, who will contribute in the organization? Who will contribute in the organization? The employees working in the organization. It is the employees, the men and women, right? It is the workforce, it is the labor force. It can be any word. So it is the individuals who are working in the organization. So we are five in this class now. We are 5 workers in this class. We are 5 individuals in the class, right? We are working for an organization, right? So will you contribute to the organization when you are not satisfied with the organization? I am asking one simple question. Will you work for the organization? Will you contribute to the success of organization when you are not satisfied with the organization? When you are not satisfied with the organization, when you are not satisfied of what you are getting in return for your work, will you work for the organization? Yes or no? Definitely no. Outrightly no. When you are not satisfied, alright, you won't contribute to the organization. Alright, that means when you are not satisfied, when your expectations are not met. It can be anything. It can be salary, it can be working conditions, it can be what you call interpersonal relations. Alright, the amount of work, the time of work. It can be any factor. It can be any factor. The nature of work that you are doing. Say for example, I'll give one simple example. You are interested in teaching. In this organization, you are interested in teaching, but the management gave you the content work. Now, how do you feel? You are working in the organization, but you want to be a teacher. Your expectation is a teacher, because teacher has more salary, they have more respect, they have a very good working conditions. Whereas content writers, they don't have salaries, they don't have respect. Alright, now you want to be a teacher, but you are being made to work as a content writer. So will you get satisfied with that? No. The nature of work that you are doing is not bringing the satisfaction to you. The amount of salary, the amount of respect that you want, your expectation is not met. So that means as long as you are satisfied, you won't contribute to the organization. So when the contribution will be there, when an employee, when an individual will contribute to the organization, An individual will contribute to the organization only when the individual gets satisfaction. Contribution, satisfaction. Contribution and satisfaction, both are interlinked. Contribution will be there only when there is satisfaction. Alright, say for example, you are working for 10 hours. You are working for 10 hours and you are getting 30,000 salary. Alright, the content writer. The teacher working for 3 hours getting 60,000 salary. What is the amount of work you are having and what is the net satisfaction you are getting? It is not about gross satisfaction, it is about net satisfaction. Simply I'll give in a numerical value. You are contributing 1 rupee and in terms of salary you are getting the same 1 rupee again. No, is there any benefit for you? There is no net benefit. You are giving 1 rupee and you are getting 1 rupee. So when will you get satisfaction? When you get more than 1 rupee. If it is 2 rupees or 3 rupees, your net satisfaction is 2 rupees. Your net satisfaction is 3 rupees. You will feel happy. So unless you are satisfied, you won't contribute to the organization. So contribution always depends upon satisfaction. There should be a balance. There should be a balance between what you are contributing and what you are getting in return. That increases your satisfaction. So Bernard says that according to C.A. Bernard, there are different types of satisfiers. There are different types of satisfiers. So we call them as motivators. Right? Different types of motivators that will increase satisfaction of the individual within the organization. It can be monetary things. It can be non-monetary things. There are monetary motivators as well as non-monetary motivators. Money is one motivator. Obviously the salary, the money that you are getting, it is a motivator. When you are paid high, automatically your motivation will be high. So monetary motivators always have a direct impact. Whether it is only money that will motivate the individuals, whether it is just money that will motivate the individuals, will you work only for money? Alright, I'll pay 1 crore rupees and I'll ask you to do a murder. Will you go and do it for that 1 crore? Though you are being offered 1 crore, but you don't like that work. So it is not just money that motivates you. Right? So not only money, not only monetary factors, but even the respect that we are getting in the organization. The kind of interaction that you have with other people, the working conditions, right? For every 3 hours, there should be, for every 2 hours, there should be a chai. For every 4 hours, there should be a 20 minutes break or a half an hour break. Working conditions, a very good environment, a very good lighting conditions, a very good AC conditions. It is only then you will work. The good relations between you and your boss, the kind of relation that you have with your boss. If you don't have a cordial relations, again what happens? When you are dissatisfied with the kind of supervision, with the kind of bossism, will you work there? You won't work. That means what? I am paying 2 lakhs rupees as a salary. It doesn't mean that I should be pressurized. I should be forced. So along with money, what I want is respect, a dignity in the office. So monetary factors are not the only motivators according to Bernard. So not only monetary factors, but even non-monetary factors, they will act as motivators. So if you take Bernard's theory, Bernard has given 4 specific motivators and 4 general motivators, specific inducements as well as general inducements. And even he talked about the nature of authority, the nature of communication that should be there within the organization, which always motivates the individuals. So this is a concept of Bernard's theory. Now what the question says, the contribution satisfaction equilibrium theory of Bernard has an impact on organizational efficiency. Now after listening this 5 minutes discussion, do you accept that this concept of Bernard has really impact on organizational efficiency? Yes or no? Definitely. So this is the basic facts of Bernard. So on what the efficiency depends upon? Efficiency always depends upon the efficiency of the individuals. Efficiency always depends upon the working conditions of the organizations. Now my question is, the next part is, on what does the efficiency of individual depends upon? It depends upon the monetary factors as well as non-monetary factors. So we should talk about the different types of factors given by Bernard. It's over. It's over. Now whatever we have discussed in this class, 90% of UPSC candidates will write the same thing. Because whatever I have said, it is available in the basic textbooks, in the basic sources. Anyone who is reading public administration, at least they will have this knowledge, and I expect that any serious candidate will write this information. But how to gain more marks? No, this is it is from here. It is from here. It is from here, alright, there will be a change, alright. So whatever I have discussed till now, alright, it will be done by every candidate. But what brings you more marks in UPSC? In class lo malli call chestam. Examples. Now you need to bring out the live examples, the present nature of organizations. So in the last 2 years, we have seen a new concept in not only India but in every sector, work from home, a very popular concept now. So how this work from home has impacted organizational efficiency? There is no real increase in pay. The pay is same, but still every organization has seen profits. What is the reason? What is the reason is because increase the kind of independence enjoyed by the individuals. The kind of independence, right, that was given to the employees. They enjoyed this independence. They took time, and even without any formal directions, even without any formal orders, right, the employees worked more than the required hours. So which has ultimately resulted into increased profits and efficiency of the organization. It is a new trend. So you need to quote these kind of examples. The kind of non-monetary benefit that has been offered to the employees. Not just pay. More than pay, today what employees are given? The perks, the other allowances. The kind of, say for example, leave travel concessions. Alright, coupons. Today, software employees are given coupons, food coupons, shopping coupons. Alright, so these are the things which are helping which are motivating the individuals. So you need to quote these kind of things in the exam. So from where do you get? From where do you get all these things? It will be from the daily news. So, right, the work culture of IBM, the work culture in what you call the Western countries, the work culture in India. When you can quote 1 or 2 examples of writing theory of entire Bernard, then having 1 or 2 examples, it will make you a different answer. It will make you to reach a different level. Instead of getting 270 marks, now your marks will go to 300. These are kind of approach that should be there in the exam. So this is what in paper 1. Alright, so same topic. How it can be used in paper 2? Paper 2 is about Indian administration. Right, I'll give one simple question. Alright. In the changing nature of state, with the changing nature of state, there is a need to strengthen the bureaucracy in India, or simply don't use the word of state. In the changing nature of governance, there is a need to strengthen the bureaucracy in India. So suggest your measures in strengthening bureaucracy. Suggest your measures. These are kind of questions that can be asked both in paper 2 of public administration, in GS paper 2, as well as in ethics paper. The same thing. The same question. So question says that there is a change in the nature of governance. They change the nature of governance. So in this changing nature of governance, right, what kind of measures that you suggest to strengthen bureaucracy? Now you can write this answer without the knowledge of public administration, a general question. It is a general question. Alright, so you can answer this question, right, in a general format. You can provide general, say for example, what do you call the system of rules, the base of authority, alright, what do you call the political administration, the political bureaucrat relationship, the society and the bureaucrat relationships. So these are things that you can write. Alright, so the what you call change in the nature of what you call the government structure, the organization structure. You can use the recommendations of second ARC here. Now, how to use the other points? Alright, so how to make this answer more professional? So if you take these questions in paper 2, they are more of general because they belong to Indian administration. They look like general questions, but we need to answer them by using the knowledge of public administration. So here, my intention is to show how we can use this. The same contribution, satisfaction, equilibrium. Can we use this concept in paper 2 or not? What is the purpose of reforms? What is the reason for strengthening bureaucracy? What is the purpose of strengthening bureaucracy? Ultimately, to make bureaucracy more efficient in the changing system of governance. In the present system of governance, we want this bureaucracy to be more efficient. The same question. Now, can we use this example there in paper 2 or not? Definitely. According to Bernard, what makes a GS answer different from the PubAd answer? In GS answer, you won't use the theory of public administration. But when you are writing answer in paper 2, the public administration, you should show the application of paper 1 in paper 2. When you don't show this, definitely you will go you won't get marks. If you write answer without application, your marks will be 90 to 100 marks out of 300. If you show application, your marks will be around 130 to 160 marks in paper 2. Use C.A. Bernard there, use 2 or 3 thinkers there, use the second ARC report there, use the contemporary trends, contemporary examples, whatever we have discussed now. Use all these examples. Then say that, so whatever practiced in private sector, whatever done in private sector, take the best practice of private sector and adopt in the bureaucratic system, in the public sector. Best practice of the working of private organizations, that their timing, their performance evaluation, their recruitment process, right, their assigning of work, right, so their reporting system. Why can't we use this private sector system into public sector? If we can use this in public sector, what happens? The level of working of bureaucracy will increase. It will be on par and more than the private system. We can make bureaucratic system more efficient. So if you can write your answers in this way, I'm challenging, you will get not less than 130 marks in paper 2 of public administration. It is my open challenge. Use contemporary trends, use theory. If you are writing 250 words answer, 50 words contemporary trends, 50 words the committees and commissions, 50 words thinkers, that is theory 1, paper 1 of public administration, and you will not get less than, that is, you won't get less than 130 to 140 marks in public administration. You should do this. Unless you do this, you won't get marks in public administration. And I have seen 90% of students don't apply these things. Even I've seen the rankers. Even they have failed to show this kind of application. When you show this application in public administration, you will be the topper. So why marks are not seen in public administration? Why candidates are not getting marks in public administration? It is because of this loophole. It is because of this lucana in the practice. We are not giving more importance. We are not giving importance on this kind of inter applications. So we need to show this application, right? Unless application is shown, all right. you should not expect marks in public administration. So this is the funda of getting marks in public administration. Alright, so in our entire practice, that is in my entire class, in the coming days, whatever I am teaching, my focus will be on this point. On one hand, I will be giving the basic facts of the theory. On one hand, I will be giving the basic facts of the theory. On the other hand, I will focus on application part, because it is this application part which will change your life. If you are good in this, it is not just for public administration, it is even for GS. It is not only helpful for public administration, it will be helpful for your entire UPSC mains preparation. The same kind of strategy, the same approach that you can use. Alright? So from tomorrow onwards, from 5:30, the class will be from 5:30 to 7 o'clock. Alright? The class will be from evening 5:30 to 7 o'clock. Alright, and every day, the moment I complete a topic, definitely there will be questions, and by the end of the entire optional, you will be having around 300 questions. I am challenging, if you can answer all these 300 questions. If you won't get marks, my challenge is 50% of the fees will be returned to you, and if you want to have an agreement with me, you can have it. Alright, but do write whatever I give. Do answer all the questions. Just now I have seen one of the answer. Alright, even have not got the interest to correct the answers. I was not having that interest, because the kind of answers that the candidate has written, it is very poor. And when you write the answers, you feel that it is good. But from my eyes, it will be different. Right? So this is one thing. So mostly I will take 250 hours of time to complete public administration. 200 to 250 hours, not more than 250 hours. Alright, and I will give all the notes, right? All the notes for in the class, topic wise notes. The moment you complete a topic, you will be given a handout. Alright, so no need to refer any other notes, no need to have any other material, just blindly follow me. Alright, so for namesake, do purchase some books. For namesake, do purchase some books, but alright, just to follow my class notes. Nothing more than that is required for UPSC exam, and the question and answers that we are going to discuss in the class. Alright, so the specialty of my class is the question answer discussions. Alright, so I will focus more on this part, that is on the part of answer presentation and answer discussions. Alright, so spend with me for almost 8 months, that is up to December, and after December, though your class will be within 250 hours, but still I will make you to write answers up to December. I want every student who is preparing for 2024 attempt, alright, should write mains answers, and particularly the public administration optional up to December, because after prelims you don't have time. After completing your prelims exam, you will never find time to revise all these things. So the best thing of your preparation, the best strategy for your preparation is you should complete all your mains answer writing part, particularly the optional, within December. That is, by December you should complete all these things. Alright, so this is what my approach for public administration. Alright, so now so already we had a discussion on this syllabus earlier. Alright, so and if you want to ask any doubt, any question on public administration, you can ask me. What is your name? Anil.
How much the percentage static syllabus percentage?
See here, coming to static and dynamic. Alright, so most of the people say that public administration is dynamic subject. So there is a one misconception. So there is nothing wrong in it. So it is not a misconception, it is a fact. Public administration is a dynamic subject. But where the dynamism lies? Dynamism lies in your answer writing. You cannot have a cut and paste answers in public administration. Definitely not. There is no cut and paste kind of things in public administration. There are no cut and paste answers in public administration. So you need to apply your knowledge. Whatever facts that you gather, say for example, just now I have talked about contribution, satisfaction and equilibrium theory. Now whether should we use this concept only when a question is asked on C.A. Bernard? This fact, this concept is given by Bernard. So only when a specific question comes on that area should be answered. Only when a question is asked on Bernard or a question asked on contribution, satisfaction, equilibrium, right, should be answered. Even without being asked in UPSC, you can use this concept wherever you like, everywhere, both in paper 1 as well as in paper 2. Alright, I'll take one simple example, very simple example. It be all about public policy, right? One of the important stages in public policy is policy implementation. So policy formulation, policy implementation, policy evaluation. Every year there is a question in UPSC PubAd as well as GS paper. You see the previous question papers. Every year there is a question on this. Now, what is the reason for poor implementation of public policies in India? So we have many programs, we have many poverty alleviation programs, welfare programs, development programs. So why these programs are not effectively implemented? What is the reason for not having effective implementation of public policy? Now you can use the general information, lack of awareness, right, apathy of the bureaucrats, political interference, lack of machinery and everything. Okay, these are the general points. So anyone who is preparing for a civils exam, a serious aspirant will answer these questions. But now, can we use this concept there? Can we use the concept there? What is the written benefit that an implementer is getting for having effective implementation of public policy? You are the bureaucrat, you are the implementer, you are implementing a public policy. So what kind of benefit you are getting? As usual, we will get our monthly salary, sir. So you are a public servant. At most, what is seen is your monthly salary. So whether you implement or not, the same salary will be given to you. But what is the additional satisfaction that you are getting? So what is additional satisfaction? Now you should talk about this additional satisfaction. Additional satisfaction, additional benefit to the implementer.
Job satisfaction.
Now what is that satisfaction? Where that satisfaction lies? Think that you are the implementer you are an implementer of some role-driven program. You need to implement effectively. Now what will make you satisfied? When will you get motivated?
Good governance. By implementation of policy, it leads to good governance, public policy, the satisfaction of public as a public.
So when people appreciate you, alright, when you are publicly recognized by the people, say for in the Gram Panchayat, say for example, you have implemented an Narega program and the entire village got benefited. Now, who should be credited for this? There will be the politicians. But what about the bureaucrat? At least some kind of felicitation to the bureaucrat, some kind of recognition to the bureaucrat. Anyhow, the salary will be there. But what is the additional satisfaction? When you are recognized publicly, when there is a public recognition, when your merits are discussed, when you are being showcased in the public, when you are being shown in the media, automatically what will happen? It will encourage you, it will boost your energy levels. You will work more. Now who said this? Bernard. According to Bernard, the effective implementation of public policy depends upon the satisfaction received by the the policy implementer. This satisfaction depends both upon monetary factors as well as non-monetary factors. Same point. Even it is not been asked in exam. What I am doing? I am using this. I am using this example. If you can use this, if you can write this, these kind of answers, no one can stop you. And I am challenging. Say for example, the kind of orientation now I have given, you ask anyone in the entire nation, no one will give this kind of implementation. No one will give this kind of application. That is the reason why only few people get good marks in public administration. I'm openly saying 340 plus marks for 3 times. 372.
In which year, sir?
2008. 2008, 2010, I got 340 plus marks, 348. The reason is, you should show this kind of implementation. The kind of style which I gave now, I'm challenging 99%, no one will write this answer in the angle which I give. What makes an answer different from GS as well as public administration? You should show your knowledge of public administration, application of public administration. It is this which will bring you marks. So when you don't apply these things, you will get the average mark of 210, 220 marks. If you can show this kind of application, your marks will be different. Policy implementation, a very dry topic, a very dry answer, but how we can make this answer more attractive, how we can make this answer more professional, the kind of application. Alright, so if a specific concept is asked, it is only then the candidates will answer the question. But if you ask me, the question asked or not, the topic asked or not, you should be in a position to apply each and every concept of public administration in every area, not only in optional but also in general studies. Even in GS, you can use this kind of application, right? In each and every paper, if you can show this application, additionally 20 to 30 marks. 5 into 20, 100 marks. Additional marks of 100 marks. Right? So this is why, this is how the answer should be presented. This is how the preparation should be. So when you are preparing for UPSC exam, when you are preparing for public administration, so we should always focus on this element. And my specialty is, when I teach a concept, I'll readily say that where to use this concept, in which paper, in which chapter, how we can use this concept. So I'll give one simple example. Another example. We have one concept called as a new public administration, NPA. We have one concept called as new public administration. So where to use this concept? In paper 1, development administration. In paper 1, alright, just 5 minutes. Alright, paper 1, paper 1, you can use it in development administration. Then you can use this in civil services. Alright, then you can use in paper 2 role of district collector, role of prime minister, role of president, administrative reforms, civil service reforms. So these are different areas. The administrative ethics, right? You can use the same concept even in ethics paper also. It is prescribed topic. Even when you read Subbarao book, Subbarao and Roy Chaudhary, ethics by Subbarao, you find all these things. The application of NPA, one simple concept where we can use this NPA. If you have this idea, when you read this topic, you will remember and you will show that application. If you have no idea on this, it is not possible to apply the concept. So my specialty is, when I teach something, immediately I will show where we can use that topic. Alright, so for now I'll stop the class here. If you have any doubts, just come to me personally, we'll have a discussion.